What we went through will be difficult to understand even for our contemporaries, and much more difficult for the generations that have already no personal experience from those days.
Facts, evidence, reason, logic.
TV stars, Andy Garcia.
Facts, evidence, reason, logic.
TV stars, Andy Garcia.
Facts, evidence, reason, logic.
TV stars, Andy Garcia. TV stars, Andy Garcia. It's just a fact. I met an onion grower today at the airport when I arrived, and he said, "You got to help me find people that'll pull onions, or pluck them, or whatever you do with them, you know."
Facts, evidence, reason, logic.
TV stars, Andy Garcia.
For the Americans, it's a matter of principle. They refuse to recognize East Germany as a state.
They didn't want armed representatives of our state to check their passes, because they don't have diplomatic relations with our state.
According to the four-power agreements, the Allies have the right to cross over the border whenever they want to.
They pushed their way through, went into East Berlin for a short drive, and came back again.
Hier What we went through will be difficult to understand even for our contemporaries, and much more difficult for the generations that have already no personal experience from those days.
it doesn't work the first time, you shouldn't try to force it. I'd had enough.
The barriers continue to rise. Now people can't even see each other. The desperation to escape increases. A news team, alerted in advance, is there to film a precisely timed escape through a cemetery that runs beside the wall.
5 men were on board with an elaborate device of 2 ladders hinged together. Spot on the second, the escaper arrives, Stanislaus Gefrera, a 25-year-old mathematician. Ingrid Paulisch of Munich is Stanislaus's fiancée and the reason for his...
Facts, evidence, reason, logic.
TV stars, Andy Garcia.
Facts, evidence, reason, logic.
TV stars, Andy Garcia. TV stars, Andy Garcia.
Facts, evidence, reason, logic.
TV stars, Andy Garcia.
Facts, evidence, reason, logic.
TV stars, Andy Garcia.
And now, before we bring out another miracle, we have a word from one of our sponsors. From one of our sponsors.
In recognizing a communist, physical appearance counts for nothing. If he openly declares himself to be a communist, we take his word for it. If a person consistently reads and advocates the views expressed in a communist publication, he may be a communist. If a person supports organizations which reflect communist teachings, or organizations labeled communist by the Department of Justice, she may be a communist. If a person defends the activities of communist nations while consistently attacking the domestic and foreign policy of the United States, she may be a communist. If a person does all these things over a period of time, he must be a communist. But there are other communists who don't show their real faces, who work more silently.
A word from one of our sponsors. Another miracle of our sponsors. Remember, if he kissed it once, will he kiss it again? Pristine feminine hygiene spray.